Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Erica Vane, back again with another amazing All-American video. And in this video is super special because I have another round of Erica Vane Insiders talk on my All-American Talkback. What are we calling this thing? Something like that. But we get into episode 17 with two of my favorite people in the community. Yes, it's a ton of y'all in the community. However, Antonio and Naya kind of stole my heart during our rewatch sessions. Antonio is like famous for his ad-libs. He always got something smart to say. He was kind of coming for Layla a lot, but we bonded over that. And then, of course, you guys have seen Naya in the first Talkback video that we've done. You've seen her active throughout the community, and you know she's super sweet and knows All-American down. So I definitely had to do a video with these two, and we are going to talk about episode 17. Naya, Antonio, how y'all feeling? What you thinking? What's going on after watching episode 17?
Oh, girl, let's get into it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
you literally posted a comment, Antonio. You were like pacing this. It was right, and I was just like, he right.
Right? He's true. Yup.
They got a lot of things right. What did you guys like the most, though? What was maybe your favorite scene?
Okay, probably my favorite scene probably is Spencer and what's his name?
Damon, yeah.
Them on the bleachers talking about, you know, their struggles and their moms and how much kind of like they have in common.
There were so many parts, but
it was
so many. It's hard to choose. I don't know. I just think I really loved being able to follow Simone and Damon sort of into this new world, and sort of Simone really coming to terms with her love for Bryanston, and you really see her as the episode goes on becoming more full and just more at peace with this environment, and just seeing the HBCU in all of its glory, and just seeing the Black magic and excellence. I love the theme of just Black excellence throughout the whole episode. I was like, yes, it's giving. So the episode in its whole was so good.
I have on my t-shirt from college. I played basketball at Xavier University, and we, won a few championships. I was like, I'm gonna do this video. Shout out to Xavier in New Orleans. It was definitely giving all of the HBCU vibes. It was so authentic. I just am so excited to see more, because we literally have not had this since A Different World. Like, even if you look at Grownish, which we break down on the channel as well, she goes to a PWI, right? Like, Zoe's at a huge university, and it's a completely different experience. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I'm excited about in seeing All-American Homecoming is the conversation around college, because I think in the most recent years, there's been a huge push for this entrepreneurial life, this influencer life. Like, you don't need to go to college to be great. You don't need this. You don't need that. And it's like, okay, cool. But there are plenty of people who do still need to go the traditional route. There's so many experiences. There's more, to me, I always have told people this. Ever since I graduated from college, I tell people that you don't go to college to necessarily learn book stuff. You go to college to learn how to learn. You go to college to learn how to adapt. You go to college to be placed into specific situations and have different experiences that are going to mimic the real world, so that once you actually come into that, once you're out on your own completely, you're more equipped to be able to handle it. And so many people that I feel might be pushing this narrative of don't go to college, also aren't preparing people to understand where they're going to cultivate certain things that they need, certain life skills that they need when it gets real, because it gets real, y'all. Right.
Okay.
I literally jumped on this call with them, and I was like, y'all, today is the day, and thank God I'm getting on this call with y'all, because life is lifing for me right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm really excited to see All-American Homecoming, because I think that it's going to display those things too. It's going to display the perks of going to college, going to a HBU specifically, and all that you can gain and be enriched with from that experience.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that college teaches that a lot of people don't touch on is learning how to be around a whole bunch of different types of people. Yeah. And learning how to deal with different personalities and different cultures and different backgrounds and all that stuff. Those the little interactions, the daily little interactions that college teaches you, that you sometimes, if you don't go out into the world, you will never learn, because you'll be stuck in your own little bubble.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, it teaches you how to live, and it's the experience. So it's while you're trying to figure out and solidify who you are and maybe what you want to do career-wise, you're also just building yourself up and just experiencing life for the first time. So I know for me, like, I'm not maybe going the traditional college route because I'm doing community college first and then I'm going to university, but I'm really just excited for that experience once I get to university and on campus. So that whole, just the whole vibe of it all is just going to be really, really fun to see.
Because
go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Say that I feel you on that one because I have both viewpoints because I started in going to a regular university and then I switched to community college, and then once I finish that, I'll go back to university. So I totally get what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
I would love to talk a little bit more about that, y'all, because I think that there's so much value in that. Like, Naya, you said that you're not going the traditional route, but there is so much that you're going to gain in this, like going the route that you're going and actually tailoring something that's specific to what you need. Is so much value in that. And well, one, I would love for y'all to talk a little bit more about that, but then I can speak a little bit even for student athletes. So I was one. And then even thinking about going to community college first, there are tons of student athletes which they haven't explored on All-American I'm surprised about. Or maybe they will with Jordan, who knows? But
oh Lord, right.
A thing is if you don't get recruited, right? Like I was one of the not lucky ones because I worked my ass off, but I was one of the blessed ones to be recruited out of high school. But if you're a student athlete and you're not getting recruited and you're not getting placed by senior year, you can go to a community college. You can go to a junior college and play and use that to get you a scholarship to a four-year university. So it's not like, even if the road is a little bit different, it's still gonna get you where you need to go. It might just be the better road for you specifically with your journey. Can you talk a little bit about y'all's decision? So Naya, your decision to go to community college first, and then Antonio, your decision to go to university and then switch and then go back?
Yeah, I just think for me personally, it just worked out that way. It was just easier financially, and everyone's college experience and choices are going to be different. But for me, it just happened to work out where, I wanted to save up, go to community college, get like the general credits out the way. And also it maybe gives me some time if I decided I wanted to change the trajectory of my major or where I wanted to go. It gives you a little bit of a cushion to do that. So for me, it was just, do what you got to do for the first 2 years, get all the, the menial classes out of the way. And then you can, once you go to university, you can focus on really what you want to do and hone that in. So, I just think for me, psychology was definitely something I wanted to get into out of high school. And so, community college has helped me sort of just hone that in a little bit more. Like I'm not changing it. So that's good. So when I get to university, I'm not going to have to change majors or, trying to save money is the goal. So it just happened to work out for me that way. And it's been great for me, so I'm almost done. And, that was just my experience, which I'm grateful that it worked out for me. So, yeah.
Because that's a big thing. Finance is a big thing, especially here. There's so many European countries that don't charge their, teens to go to college. But, here the United States is the most powerful country in the world, the richest and the most raggedy, but what else?
Like our wallet's clean, or like our wallet's dry.
My journey was a little weird because I was the type of person who didn't really care about like school to begin with. I enjoyed learning and I liked going to school, but I never really took it seriously until probably about like my last 2 years in high school. And I always knew I wanted to go to college, but I never knew what I wanted to go for. And when I was looking at the different types of majors at the different colleges and all that, I didn't see any that jumped out to me other than probably music, because that's what I'm going for. I'm going for fine arts and music right now. And music has always been a big part of my life. So when I decided to go to college, I kind of just followed a path I was more of a go with the flow type of person. So once I graduated, I got accepted, auditioned, didn't get in to the music program at the school that I auditioned for, ODU, Old Dominion. And that was kind of ego blow, but not really, because I didn't do what I was supposed to do in order to prepare myself to get into that school and start that program. So then I went in undeclared for a major, and I was just taking my general classes, you know. And then again, me being hard-headed, having to do things my way and the long way, I didn't really do what I was supposed to do. And eventually I lost my financial aid. And then, so I stopped going, and then I started working to pay back the money that I owed. And then once I finished that, I didn't go back for like 4 years. And I just started working full time. And then about a couple of years ago, I just started thinking about my life and what I wanted my life to look like. And again, music has always been my passion. So I just wanted to get better at it. Like, I never thought about it as getting like famous or being a celebrity or anything. I just love music. I listen to it all day, every day, literally. And I just wanted to be able to say that I'm good at this. This is the thing that I love, and this is what I know I want to do. And so the avenue, which ironically, when I first graduated from high school, the community college that I go to now didn't have the music program that I'm in now. And so when I applied this time, I saw that they had like an associate's program for me to work towards. And so it's kind of like divine intervention. The fact that I was at a place in time where I was supposed to be in order to get to the path that I needed to get on. And so now it's been about, a year and a half, and I'm almost done with my associate's degree. I will be graduating in December, and then I'll move back on to the University of Old Dominion, which is where I was going before then. So yeah, it's been a long road, but you know, it's been worth it though.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Literally. And then once you're back on that path, you're going to be so ready. Like, you're so equipped to just go through and crush it. And I think there's something to be said about that. I'm so glad that y'all shared those personal stories, because honestly, that's what I think that why All American has the fan base that it has, because it gives like these type of stories as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see, like, I would be surprised if we don't see the whole financial aid struggle. When I was in college, I remember very vividly on Xavier's campus, the people who were there, like the girls who were there to get a husband because their parents was like, you go to college to get a husband. I know, you know, like, it's just the different types of people there coming from different backgrounds with so many different stories, and it's so many different things. Like, the world is literally NK's oyster in reference to all the stories that she can tell specifically about, you know, college, but at HBCUs. So I'm really, really excited to see that. And again, thank y'all for sharing y'all's stories.
For sure. It's gonna be exciting, just because everyone's college experience is it's different, and how you get there is different. So just to see just everyone's college experiences, hopefully when, you know, All American moves into that mode, and then to see Simone and that world and Homecoming it's going to be really dope. And I think the more of those stories should be told of just everyone's college experiences, not just one.
I would recommend to anybody like looking or thinking about what college they want to do, I would recommend to them looking into community college first. For sure. You can, most likely you will find whatever your major is there.
And honestly, you could get entrepreneurial with your college decisions. So like, there are so many schools who don't have straight out what you want to go for. You can build, like, you can mix and match. And like, going to community college, starting there can help you prepare yourself, pulling credits from this, pulling credits from there, and put together something that's going to be more in line with what you ultimately want to do, if you actually know that. Or showing up and just starting to get experience and exposing yourself to different things so that you can figure it out along the way. Like, you do not have to jump on one specific track. You don't have to do one specific thing. And I think that college gets sold sometimes as like this limited thing, and that's why people are turned off by it. And it's like, no, it's so much more than that.
And I think more often than not, you see people who feel pressured to have to, you know, go for one major going into a 4-year college, and then you find that they switch majors, and that is sometimes more of a hassle, which is not a bad thing, but I think it just goes to show you that, you know, don't feel pressured to have to choose a certain major, because if it's not what you want to do, you know, and I think community college,
you're undecided.
Exactly, it is, you know, and yeah, it is. For sure.
And I'm already looking past like when they come out. Like I want All-American both iterations to go for a very long time, because I want to know what they like as adults, honestly.
Okay.
I can relate to these teenagers, but I also want to know what they're like as adults, and just giving y'all a little bit of
It's gonna be crazy.
Giving y'all a little bit about me, or just like a little bit. I am supposed to be a doctor. Like I literally got a biology degree for undergrad. My master's is in biology. I was supposed to be a doctor, and I'm running a media company and creating YouTube videos, and right now working on a television show. So I'm show running and a filmmaker. So that's another thing I want people to really understand. So when I say that you go to college to learn, I'm saying, or you go to college to learn how to learn, I don't regret any of my degrees. While I was there, that's what I thought I was gonna do. Like, that's what you do. Like, I was going to college to make it out the hood, to make sure I would be able to take care of my family and do what I had to do. And it wasn't until I was about to go to medical school and I was already working within my field, and I had done like the rotations at hospitals and internships and volunteer work and all that kind of stuff, and I realized that it wasn't for me. But again, I don't regret it, because I didn't just go to school to learn medicine or to learn biology or learn chemistry. I took a bunch of different things, and I really learned how to learn. College, a lot of people struggle with college because you do have to teach yourself a lot of things. And if you can master teaching yourself things in college, you can teach yourself anything after the fact. So I've been able to switch into business and switch into media, and I know how to video edit, I know how to DP, like I know how to do all of these things that I had taught myself along the way, because I had 6 years of like, girl, we got to figure it out and get through, let's get these degrees. And while on paper, it looks like, girl, you was a scientist, you were a whole scientist, and what the hell are you doing over here in entertainment? I'm able to thrive, and I'm able to do certain things because not only did I learn how to learn there, but I apply those things. So when I move into different rooms and situations, I'm a lot more analytical than people who might come from a traditional media background. I just look at things a lot differently because I wasn't bred in this particular space, but I can take what I do know and apply it and see things, and see opportunities that other people in the space don't see. So I just want to add that little tidbit out there, give y'all a little bit more inspiration for if you are thinking about school, you don't know what you want to do, like you can figure it out. And if you're going to go to college, I'm going to push for you to go to HBCU. But definitely still consider college. It could definitely be a financial investment. So like they're saying, consider community college. Honestly, had I not gotten athletic scholarships, I might have been at a community college as well, because ain't nobody have the money.
Yeah, I should have.
Okay.
I should have went there first. I should have went first.
Yeah, but you know,
I also feel like because the experience with my professors in comparison to when I was at the university is totally different. Totally different. It's more intimate.
Yeah.
Right.
I can totally see that. Well, jumping back into All-American Homecoming world, y'all didn't have that little spill. Hopefully you have a little nugget to take if you need, and you are in the space right now of deciding what you're going to do next. Hopefully that helps you out. What do y'all think about, you made the note that you really like seeing Simone fall in love with the school. In my breakdown video, I actually said, and I hadn't articulated this before, I said it for the voiceover, but I said, to me, watching her learn the school and fall in love with school really looked like she was learning stuff about herself and falling in love with herself. And that really hit me, because that's so true for some of us. Like sometimes we walk into experiences or spaces that are just mirrors for us. And it really helps us drop in. Can y'all talk to me about what you felt in reference to seeing Simone in the way that we saw her in this episode? Because everybody also was talking about, we don't know Simone this well, maybe she shouldn't get a spinoff. She 100% showed me that, like, this is it. This was ordained. What are your thoughts?
I felt like she was more at peace She was around a whole bunch of people that didn't know her. They don't know her past drama. They didn't know she had a kid. They didn't know she was married. They didn't know she was a scammer off the top at first.
Here you go.
If she was.
She was not a scammer. We're gonna let you have that.
Well, okay. All right. Anyway, they didn't know anything about her, so she was able to operate as her full self, free of assumptions from other people, which probably allowed her to be able to explore her possibilities more than being caged into who she was and being revealed like who she could be.
I don't know, just seeing her move in that space, I think Simone is very comfortable with who she is as a Black woman. I don't doubt that. I just think being at a HBCU, being in that environment where you're with people who look like you, and there's just this, I can only imagine like this connective feeling of like home. There's just sort of this spiritual thing that happens when, you know, Black people are together and they sync up. And I think just being there really unlocked sort of I think that comfort for Simone. I don't know. I just think, yeah, like Antonio said, it was just like there was this piece that you saw her as the episode goes on, like she starts to find. And yeah, it was really dope to see that, you know, just through the lens of a young Black woman, you know.
Yeah. I think another thing to speak to is she's away from home.
Right.
And that's another thing I push people. If you're going to go to college, I tell you, if you can, try to go away to school. It is it's already a different experience to go away to go to college. But if you go away from everything that you know and love and your comfort zone, that's like the next level to like really push you to grow and to learn and to see yourself. So I do agree what you were saying, Antonio. She was able to shed so many preconceived notions. She was able to shed this whole persona and actually be who she feels like she is, whether people at home knew that or not. And that honestly, I think is going to be part of the tension that we're going to see develop between her and Jordan. I know I've seen one comment already about speaking to Simone's past in reference to her giving her baby up for adoption and Damon being adopted. Where do y'all think that they're going with that? Because I think that is going to be a thing.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Even crossed my mind.
Really?
You just said it. Nope, I didn't even piece that together.
No, I saw what they were putting down the whole episode. I was like, oh yeah, y'all not slick. Yeah, the vibe between Simone and Damon, I think, is only going to be delved deeper into. I think it was actually really cool to get to know a little bit more about Damon, because I don't think we got that from just like the character description that we got from the beginning. So just to hear that he was adopted, the mother that we were introduced to was his adoptive mother, and he is coming to Bringston to also, I think, get in tune with himself in a way, and connect with who he is and where he comes from, and sort of, you know, that sort of bond of him being, you know, adopted and knowing what that feels like, and then also Simone going through that experience of giving her child up for adoption. I think that is only going to be touched upon more. And I'm sorry to the Jamone shippers, Erica girl, I'm sorry, but
to die on that hill.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
You saw the vibes.
Like, I'm riding till the wheels fall off. Okay. Simone and Damon it was giving. Just
well,
like,
I feel like that's going to be an issue. I think
it's going to be an issue.
I think it's going to be an issue. I think that Damon, once he finds out about it, he's going to need to process it. But he's going to be, how could you do that? Because he's right now processing like he was giving up. He knows nothing about his parents.
Anger. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see. That's interesting. That you're thinking of the future, because from what we were introduced to, it didn't seem like there was bad feelings attached to that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go deeper into how he really feels into his psyche when we get into the spinoff. I just didn't get that. I didn't get really a vibe of where he is with that.
more.
Yeah, I thought it would actually bring them together a little bit more.
Really?
Oh Lord.
Yeah. The way he talks about his mother, he says she saved his life.
Right. So, but the way he talks about her is almost like he feels like he owes her, like he has to pay, like he's in this indentured servant that has to pay back all that he was given. And to me, that builds resentment. So I didn't necessarily get like a super strong negative vibe, but I feel like to me they were planting the seeds of this is going to shape how he feels about his adoption, because not only does he feel like he had to do all these things to make this woman happy because she chose him and she picked him out of the system and she saved his life and did all these things, but had you never given me up, I would have never had to go through this and have to worry about doing something to get love from people that's supposed to just love me. Like, y'all were just supposed to love me.
Right. That is interesting. I think looking past, sort of the vibe that was there, I think it's gonna be interesting. Just and also Damon and Simone come from two different worlds. Like she comes from the pretty bubble of Beverly Hills, like her family is not bad off. Like she grew up in a pretty great environment, and Damon came out, he came from the hood. It's gonna be interesting to see his perspective on her, and getting pregnant and then adoption and maybe how he feels. Like I could see it like sort of being like, it maybe from his perspective, it being like this frivolous thing of, oh, you got pregnant and you had the luxury of just, doing adoption. So yeah, it definitely could cause some strife. Definitely. I could see it.
And I don't think it's going to be something that keeps them away from each other, but I think that it's going to be a thing that forces them to confront their feelings around certain things. And then on the other side of it, now he understands his adoption better. And now I think that she does fully understand the levity of giving up baby Shay, but she maybe also has a different perspective, and that might push her, or we might get a couple episodes where she's a little bit dialed in more with baby Shay, and like, I don't want you to ever go look for me, like I am here for you. And we might get that whole part from Simone. So when that got revealed, I was like, oh yeah, they are planting seeds. This is about to be a thing for sure. Yeah, which was the whole thing. They definitely were planting seeds throughout the whole episode. It's just setting things up. Because there was a couple of things I was like, ooh, we gotta get more into that. It was touched upon, but not really. They were really placing, these characters in this episode. I thought they did a great job, but it was also like, I need more. Like, I need the season now. Like 2022. Now, like, we have no Delta variant is out here. 2022, we need it now. Period. When All American comes back in the fall, All American Homecoming needs to be right behind. Point, okay, we could run Monday and Tuesday nights. Like, what are we really talking about? Exactly. Before we talk about some of the other seeds that were planted, how do y'all feel about the parallels? Because I was just looking at all of the parallels in this episode. Damon was giving Spencer. Okay. He was giving Spencer, but then there was also parts where he was giving Jordan. Yeah. He was a little yes. Than Spencer. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was a little bit understated. I feel like he was an understated Spencer.
Yeah, the way he interacted with his friends, teammates, way different than the way Spencer was done when he first got on the field.
Right, but it was under different circumstances. So Spencer had to peek out because he was by himself, and he was just like, y'all gonna prove that I belong here. F y'all Bentleys and whatnot. I got my Uncle Ray's hand-me-downs and I'm out here. Right, it's true. But it's true. I felt like Damon was arrogant for the very first scene we see him in when he snatches that phone from Simone. I was just like, oh, this what we doing? Oh no, he definitely was tripping. I was like, don't nobody know who you are. Don't nobody care.
But maybe him though.
But like maybe from the empathy
video. And two-party consent. I mean,
she was not recording that man.
First of all, he was there, and he wasn't there, and then he was there. I was like, wait a minute, you were not even in the frame.
The way he Kanye'd that phone, I was like, no.
Sir, please do not get beat up on this campus. Like, what? Yeah, no. He definitely was tripping.
Jordan.
I don't know, maybe. With his cardigan. But maybe from the empathetic sense, from Damon, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see just getting more into his psyche, because he is sort of like, I guess, this prodigy baseball player, and sort of the notoriety that comes around that. And, you know, obviously how hard his mother is driving into the pain, sort of, you need to get to the LMB and you need to be this, this, and that. And sort of, I don't know, maybe it's just in his system that, you know, people are just, they take pictures and want this and that. I don't know. But he definitely was tripping though. I'm just, you know, trying to give him a break.
I said that in my breakdown. I was definitely conflicted because I came into the series like, I don't like you, Damon. I don't give a damn what's your story is. I don't care. Off rip, because you're set up to take Simone from Jordan. I don't like it. That's it. I'm loyal. Period. I don't care what you're talking about. And then they started talking about his dad on adoption, and he lonely, and he got this little snake friend that's not really his friend, and anybody can see it except for him. And I was just like, y'all really, y'all know I love a story. You know I love an underdog. You know I love to like root for somebody who actually deserves it. But no, Jermone. So like I literally went back and forth watching it like,
So do you think their marriage is gonna be their wedding, or is it just?
Can you stop with these damn air quotes? Because you've been doing this since the rewatch.
Antonio, do it. Keep doing it. Because Erica, and we gotta get Erica used to the idea. Erica's gotta get used to this idea. Okay?
We are married. Okay, we are real married. We have a real marriage license, which is why Laura is pressing for this annulment, because what? It's legal. You only need to get something annulled if it's legal. So
listen, Erica, those annulment papers might not be too far away. I'm just saying. Let's not get Erica upset.
Don't get me wrong. I like them together. I want them to stay married. I just
me too.
Don't know.
Hey, NK.
I don't think it's feasible.
I want to send this to you. So NK, I'm talking to you right now. Can I please just have season 1 they stay together? Just give me season 1, sis. You're gonna have a strong 7, maybe 8 seasons. I just want 1.
You might get half a season.
It's a stronger story. It's a stronger story for her to be married in college. That is stronger. We already got Keisha. Keisha's gonna be throwing that ass in a circle for everybody. We need somebody
to make her ex jealous.
No.
Ex.
The guy in the
so Erica, I don't know if you saw. So the episode that actually aired, the episode it aired, and then the episode came out, and so we got a little bit of like scenes that weren't in the actual episode.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen those yet.
Yeah, there was a scene, you know, that Keisha was basically trying to make her ex jealous, and that was sort of touched upon, but you know, not really.
Well, I mean, between her and Thea, they could be running around. We could have a married Simone thriving, okay, and calling home.
When she got in the car.
Erica, it's coming. It's something's brewing. I just don't know. Listen, I've become really like I do adore Jordan and Simone together, and I think they bring out really
the best in each other.
The best in each other, they do, and they've been so instrumental in each other's growth. But I feel like in the college experience, in the college lens, I just don't know if at that time, like when we get there, it's gonna stand the test of time. Where they're
hate it here.
Listen, if they come around,
so
it trickles out.
Transparency moment. I think one of the reasons why I'm really going hard for it is because I tried it and it just did not work. And I need somebody to show me that it can work long distance. Like it can happen. I wasn't married. God help me. No.
Okay.
But I was definitely in a very committed, and I actually talked about this in my breakdown video, but I was in a committed situation and it was just like, whoo. You sure this is what you want? I felt like freaking SpongeBob for like 2 years. Like, and I feel like there's a story to tell there. Like, I think it's something to explore. But
I agree.
Y'all are right.
I agree. I do.
The way I don't know. The way Jordan's character is made out, he might call it quits too soon.
And Jordan doesn't know what he's doing with his life right now. So I don't know.
He ain't gonna hang in there like Billy. The look he gave Simone is the same look he gave JJ looking through the window like he was about to bash his knee out or something. So he can't do it again. Look,
we're gonna talk about that because we're gonna talk about episode 18 because there is definitely something coming.
Yeah, Tanya Harding, who? Jordan.
Claudio, I hate you. Yeah, I
do y'all think that Jordan's gonna walk away from Simone? If not, Simone's gonna walk away from Jordan?
Definitely.
I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jordan.
I don't see that.
His ego too big. He can't take it.
Which is why I don't see him walking away. Like I see Jordan fighting for his. Like I really, and this might be my toxicity coming out, but I was expecting for Jordan to swing in this episode. That was the only thing that I was just like, where is my swing?
Spencer was there.
Hold on, pause. Listen, Jordan is a hate-love relationship I have with him, but that man, child, between the cardigans and his lack of swagger and them dance moves, I'm just like, Jordan, you are in trouble, I fear. Because the drip is just not there, honey. He has Jordan drip. He has Jordan sex appeal. Old married man Jordan is fine.
When you not in Atlanta,
married man Jordan gives you confidence in my relationship.
When you not in Atlanta, it does.
When you in Atlanta and you dealing with dudes like Damon, no, boo-boo. I was like,
Damon is not ready for Simone. Damon, no.
Jordan, you are embarrassing us right now. Jordan, you are embarrassing us. Why are you dancing like that? Why are you wearing these cardigans? Stop it.
Dancing on his wife.
Okay, I'm going to give y'all 50% for the cardigans because Jordan is way too damn fine to not dress like it.
I love a good cardigan. I have nothing.
Okay, so his cardigans aren't terrible, but they need to be longer. He's too tall for that. No. And they need to take him out of the bootcut jeans.
The colors that he pairs with the cardigans. That's what it is.
No, and then it's the sweaters that just don't. Jordan.
But he gives old married man Jordan, and it's a vibe.
No, girl. I'm just like.
The new show come out.
It's like the sex appeal isn't there for me. I was looking at Jordan like, ooh, Jordan, you know Simone loves you because of your heart and soul, boy. Because everything else, it's lacking. And I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna put this up on the screen because who do y'all pick? Do y'all pick Thottin' and Boppin' Jordan or Old Married Man Jordan? I want Old Married Man Jordan any day.
Nah.
Oh, Ripley Jordan,
Poppin'
Jordan, calling girl Channel when her name is Chanel, coming up out the house. I don't want that Jordan back. I don't want the look. I don't want the attitude. I don't want the mouth. I don't want nothing about it.
Listen, I don't want it either. But listen, old Mary Jordan might be carrying. Old Mary Jordan might be creating some resentment. I don't know. I feel resentment. I see resentment in his future.
I don't know. Maybe I just like people with conflict. That's why I like Cam so much.
There's a difference, Antonio.
We'll find another day for you and this love of Cam, okay?
Please.
This ain't even the day for that.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Going back really quickly to the parallels, y'all. Another parallel that I saw was Coach Marcus Turner, played by the amazing, incomparable Corey Hardrick. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Corey. Corey be putting in work. Corey be acting, okay?
Okay.
Yes. But that definitely gave me Billy Baker vibes.
Billy Bean, yes. Billy Bean.
Less messy Billy Baker vibes. Less messy, more integrity, more sure of himself. But
yes.
More integrity.
Yes. More integrity.
That's more.
For $100, yes.
And specifically, not in standing on his own. I didn't really start to see the parallels until I saw how Marcus interacted with David.
Mm-hmm. Which is another interesting vibe going on.
What are y'all thoughts around what that relationship is going to produce?
I think it's going to be more like big brother, little brother, and less like dad and son.
Why?
I think he sees himself in Damon, and because they're closer in age than the Billy and Spencer are, I think the dynamic might be a little different.
Interesting.
I didn't think about that, but I can totally see it.
No, me too, for sure. I saw a theory on Twitter that it's being speculated that Mr. Turner is indeed maybe Damon's biological father. I don't know. I don't know if that tracks. I don't know how that's gonna pan out. I just think it's interesting. It's an interesting note that, listen, anything can happen in this universe. So I wouldn't put it past anyone. You know.
I saw that too, and I was just like, the same man who's out in the baseball team just walked out on his kid and then go find him. Like,
listen, things happen though. Things happen, and you know, people are when they're younger. I don't know. I can see it, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, he did come to Bringston Damon because his parents went there. I think that's the story. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You think it's the aunt?
Oh God.
More towards her, because sis got some stuff with her.
Okay.
And I'm here for it.
Me too.
She definitely has some stuff with her. I was wondering, like, in a few of my videos before, I was like, I wonder if this is her aunt by way of her father or her mother. Because if it's by way of her mother, it is porn.
It gotta be.
No, it's her mom.
I think it's her mom.
It's her mom, and she says it in the episode because they're like dismissing her because they know the mom is a mess. So for her, they're literally the two sides of like the same coin, but like opposite versions. And I'm like, yo, that's going to be crazy. Like, outspoken, but not for the prim and proper society ways, but for like the gritty indie, tell the truth, I believe what I believe. Like, it can definitely, I can see it getting her into some mess. And I could also see her having her own secrets, which is why she works overtime to out other people's secrets, because she's distracted from her own.
I mean, listen, we know the adults in this universe are good for it. So they're just as messy as these teenagers. I'm just saying.
It's not old.
I mean,
y'all make sure y'all go and watch my episode 17 breakdown video once YouTube stops being a hater and lets it play, because I literally made a plea in that video, and I was just like, I can't do no more messy parents. I can't do no more crazy parents, because Damon's mama, we're gonna take a second to talk about Damon's mama.
Yeah.
So leave the raggedy parents in Crenshaw and Beverly Hills. I can't handle it. I can't take it no more. I know his mother has the best intentions, but no, sis.
No.
Absolutely not.
And that is another thing that, or go ahead, Antonio, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking, these parents on the regular All-American are so raggedy, because you see how quickly she got him together? She was like, boy? And then he was like, yes, ma'am. And then he walked away. Olivia would never.
Olivia would have so much lip. Would never be based like that by their parents.
Never, not once.
As if that's not the normal thing, but you have, right, you have all these
ones walking off.
Jordan wouldn't even say anything back. He would just scoff and walk.
Steal the car and go run it into a fence or something.
Not steal the car.
They literally have no control over their kids. There is no discipline. There is no level of parental respect. The only person who can say, Spencer, go do this is Grace, and he gonna actually do it. Everybody else is running amok. Everyone.
It's so sad that we're so used to the parents getting based by these kids. Because I was like, Damon being put in place by his mother.
It's only been a week.
Right.
But he makes the right decision. I don't know how much of his mom we're actually going to see. I was starting to speculate that maybe she's going to move because she's this overbearing person and it's going to be an additional antagonist for him. And then, of course, we're going to see more of the professors in this show. But I definitely want to take a moment to talk about the parental units. And for me, I understand the intent, but everything about Mom was raggedy. Everything about Mom did not scream love to me. And that is one of the things that I feel like a lot of the ultimate problems that these kids struggle with is because they don't feel freaking loved at home. Like, literally, that's the root of it. So can we fix the root and maybe we don't have all these damn problems?
She might have a different conflation of what showing love is. She thinks that getting him to where he is showing love, but that might not. That's not the love that he needs. Especially as a person who was adopted, he probably just wants her to love him for him and not because of how great he is.
Maybe it started off like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe it started off like that, her trying to foster this dream and nurture this dream, and somewhere along the line that got lost, and it happens. But it's like, when do you step outside of that as a parent and see that your child is not happy and your child wants something else and more and something for himself? And it was just like, girl, I was like, are you gonna see it? Is it gonna click? Is anything gonna click in this episode? And it just never got there. And I'm just like, ooh, girl, please do not ruin your son's life. Like, please just let him live. And I actually feel like maybe it causes a rift, like even more of a rift, that he's made this choice to go to college. I think that's what's gonna happen. Like, she just cuts off communication, which is sad. It's sad, but I think that's what I see. She's a piece of work.
Sad. And they don't actually give us any insight on if he has an adoptive dad or if she's a single adoptive mom.
Like...
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It was giving. I think that's another thing.
The way she talked, it seemed like she made it seem like it was all her.
Right,
yeah.
She was a single mom. That's what it was giving. And I feel like that's another thing that might bring Simone and Damon together, is their freaking mother's child, because it was giving Simone's mother all day. I was like, oh my God. Deja vu. Oh, which one? You said which one?
I can't.
Both. They both were raggedy.
No, I meant which one is Simone's mom? The old one or the older one?
Both. No, both.
Oh, both. Oh, okay.
They're both raggedy.
I hate the swap. And honestly, CW, I would not be mad if you swap back.
Yeah.
It's fine. We could have had the placeholders, but can we go back?
You don't gotta worry about swapping back Layla's dad. Heck, cause he ain't over there anyway. They're good on that.
Okay.
No, I still don't want to see that man because he looks evil.
No, he does. I really want Elvis back, who playing her dad. I don't like this new JP. He's giving real sinister. I'm just like,
real sinister. Like Predator vibes. I can't.
No. I'll be glad if we don't ever see him again. Like, we maybe just Layla's dad can play the backseat like he always does. Because he's not present anyway.
Pop back up. the
patient stuff. Before we go into what to expect or what y'all are expecting in episode 18, is there anything else that y'all want to share about episode 17? What you like, what you didn't like? I pretty much loved everything from start to finish, every minute. I've watched it 4 times now. I'm probably going to watch it again tonight.
No, for sure. It's been on replay.
Y'all didn't talk about your girl.
Who?
Olivia.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. There was a... Yeah.
I might have misspoke. Is that your girl? Because the way you responded.
I am proud of Olivia.
Listen, all we wanted her to do is...
Hold on. Improv. Yes, and...
Y'all are gonna light my ass up for this.
Here we go.
Do it.
Drum roll.
Do it.
I'm proud of Olivia because honestly, this episode, it literally, like, there were a lot of updates. They definitely changed things around. So I'm not going to say they were lazy or anything and like repeated the pilot episode of All American, but it was just so much like the first episode of All American. Mm-hmm. Specifically for Olivia, she just made a different choice. Instead of watching Spencer get taken away, basically, and I know you can't possess a person, yada, 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 debate your mama, okay? She watched Layla sashay in her power and her poise. She watched Spencer fall for it, and she felt him from the beginning and said nothing, did nothing. So I am proud of her for her to go from, oh, we're not together, and oh, she feels some type of way, and Simone like, well, girl, she ain't the problem. You need to say what you gotta say. And she like, you know what? You damn right.
Right.
And she stood up for what she wanted. She went after it. Oh my God, that scene with the kiss, beautiful. And I said this in previous videos. I'm like, y'all, wait for it.
Drumline vibes.
I was like, wait for it. The scene that we get of Olivia that is going to bring them together is going to be beautifully written. It's going to be beautifully done. Like, wait for it. Stop rushing. So to me, they gave me everything that I needed in that scene. It was natural. Honestly, with them doing it in this way, specifically with this pilot, I felt like it was so much weight of their life not on it because they weren't in Crenshaw. Yes. So it felt like they were teenagers. It felt like they were just in love and enjoying themselves and encapsulated with that. And they didn't have to deal with all the other that they have, like also going along with the situation. So I absolutely love that. Now, the red alerts are going off in my head though, because we have 2 episodes left. We already being teased at the season finale is something that we would have never expected. We would never guess it's going to be completely off the rails. And if they give us this great high, then they're prepping us for a very low low. So I am like trying to enjoy the scene and like, okay, but I know like with the synopsis of episode 18, Jordan has a conversation with Olivia about what's holding her back from being with Spencer. And it's like, okay, but then they had this kiss, so are they about to go into a place that they're gonna act like they ain't had this kiss in Atlanta, and now she gotta really make things up in her mind? Okay, so that's already fucking red flag number one. I'm sorry, I cursed. That's already red flag number one. And it's like, consist, what do you have to work out? Everything that you needed to work out, you already just did the action that was going to take that away. And honestly, I'm honestly like prepping myself for some disastrous stuff to happen, because honestly, I feel like they let us feel too good. So that's where I'm at with it. And shout out to some of the subbies in the community tab on the spoiler post that was like, Erica, you was wrong. You said we wasn't getting a Olivia moment. Guess what? I will never be more glad to be wrong, because I'll be damned if I'm going to be disappointed the way I have been disappointed on the first half of the season. Like, they gutted me like a fish some of the time. It does. I would so much rather be wrong and pleasantly surprised than disappointed. Yes. So in these next 2 episodes, I don't see up from here. That's my little spill.
I don't know, because
I don't know either.
Next episode preview, it looked like it's just gonna be straight football.
Oh God! Back to the realities of Crenshaw.
Well, it's gonna be football in the wedding.
Everybody was like, yes. The angst, the strife.
Billy and Laura's wedding.
Listen here, Antonio. We're having a double wedding. I don't have a problem with Billy and Laura getting married again, but Simone and Jordan are getting married here. They're getting married. We're making it official.
So anyway, about Olivia.
Okay, yes. What are y'all thoughts in reference to the scene? Because yes, Antonio, thank you for bringing it up, because we were definitely about to close out and not mention it at all.
No problem.
Oh no, but I mean, it was just nice to see them. Like, it was light, it was airy, it was easy, just everything. Just to see them both in this environment, it was just like, thank the heavens, like this exists. Like, they actually like can be this light and carefree. And like, from the first of all, that dance was everything. Okay, and to just see Olivia, like, this is what I'm saying, like, when Olivia doesn't think about it, she's everything.
You have said that since the rewatches.
Just to see her like in her element and just like being in her skin and just owning it, like, that is when she is her dopest. And listen, she got Spencer sprung. That man is sprung. Okay,
pain out here.
He is sprung. And I love the kiss, like her finally just going for it. Like, girl, just go for it, because that man wants you, and you're playing because you know you want him too. So her just like going for it, it was natural, it was just like organic, and they didn't have to say anything. It was just a moment that was really understated, and you know, it was, I think, the perfect way for them to come together. It was just like, this is where it's at, like, where they're just genuinely enjoying each other, and that's it. Yeah. So
I couldn't help but think of Drumline though. It was like
I know, right? It was giving Drumline.
And it didn't help that the dean was old dude, but yeah, it definitely
right. We were talking about that off screen. I was like, wait, that's So
I like the scene though. It was dope.
It was really cute.
Jordan trying to dance. Hilarious.
This is what I'm talking about.
I'm here for that though. I'm here for the corny person who was fine with it. It's going to do them and just be confident and like, listen, I'm here for it.
Side note, also during that scene, outside of the party, Simone and Damien. Simone.
Yeah, where, you know, because everybody had nano vision this entire episode. Oh, you play tennis? How did everybody see that little ass bracelet?
No, it was the one charm on there, Erica. Literally, she had nothing else. It was a bare bracelet and this one little charm.
It might as well have been a stick. Like, you play tennis? Thea. Oh, really? Girl, you're 20 feet away. Cut it out.
He was looking for anything to
anything.
Exactly. He was looking at anything. Look the other way. We are married.
He was like, "Oh, girl,
you married."
He's like, "You need help with your shoe?"
She had a ring.
How many times did Jordan have to ask this boy, "Are you lost? Do you need something? Did you not hear her?" What?
David was like, "Oh yeah, you need." Somehow he found his way backstage. He was like, "Oh, you need me to help you? You got to fall me."
So just let her fall.
This is why I can't do. This is why I can't do reaction videos, because when I tell y'all, every time Damon looked at her, I was hollering. Every time he touched her, I was like, "Take your hands off of Simone."
What about when he said her name?
Stop saying her name. She don't exist. Stop it.
Listen, Damon was thirsting.
You see that hand when she gave him his hand after she fixed her hair, and then she looked up.
Mm-hmm. First of all, Simone is not into him just yet. He is definitely
went to say bye to him before she left.
I think she's intrigued by him. I think there's a part of her who's intrigued by him.
But she's also married.
She's very much on the married brain. I do agree. But it's brewing, girl. I was like, "Ooh, Lord, it's brewing."
In the Sahara, and I couldn't
He was
literally
thirsty.
His story got me, and I was like, "Yes, Damien, you were adopted. Damn it! I just only just love him and let him be." And then as soon as he started looking at Simone while she was dancing, I was like, "Turn the other way! Look somewhere else. Look at her. Ain't she fine?"
Listen, it ain't Simone's fault that she fine. I mean, shoot, she got the men out here thirsting. I know that's right.
I can't. Damon, he was applying pressure. He was thirsty. He was charming, and we get it, and we get it. He's coming.
That was light game. That was real light.
That was light.
Real light. He didn't put the charm on for real.
Yes, he did.
He didn't give her the first round draft pick. He didn't give her the first round draft pick game.
Oh shoot!
That's gonna be for when Jordan goes.
He don't even know what his first round draft pick is, because he also is a fish out of damn water trying to freaking navigate. I don't know, y'all.
He was looking a little deflated after that conversation. She was like, "Yeah, my husband's outside." He was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. So you come back in the fall.
Why is he so smitten so quick? Back up.
She's just a different vibe. I think she's a different vibe. I don't know.
Y'all, I am so
Jordan got smitten quick too.
No, he wasn't. Jordan was running from this girl. Jordan was ducking behind plants at parties.
I'm talking about before she was scamming.
Oh Lord.
He was not scamming.
I'm talking about the first encounter when they first met.
Y'all are gonna struggle with me and all the content I create that includes Damon, because you're literally just gonna get. I hate him, but I get it.
I don't know. I think I just like messing with the people that you don't like him.
You definitely do.
So I might be.
I don't like him because I think I do like him, but I don't want to like him at all. I don't want to like him.
Simone, you're in the same boat as Simone.
Stop it, Antonio.
There you go. So you can relate.
Exactly. Listen, just, Jamone is where it's at right now, but I just think in the future, it's not looking too great. I was just like the whole
like a baby when they break up. I am going to cry.
The whole episode, I was just like, "Ooh, Jordan, you are in trouble. I fear you and them cardigans are in trouble," because not even Damon, but just Simone being in this environment at Bringston, it's a wrap. I was just like, "Ooh."
That last look she gave before she stepped in the car.
It was a wrap.
Oh, yeah, this is it.
I said that in my preview video. I was like, this trailer, she's looking off way too much. She's looking off into the distance and all the possibilities way too much. Bring it back, sis. Focus on what you have. I don't know. Honestly, y'all, I get it. We need to have a whole love triangle, or we need to have some type of love thing. But he could like somebody else. Why can't he mess with Thea? Why can't he climb Mount Everest Thea, who seems like she thinks she's better than everybody else? Go after that prize.
She'll probably come after him.
She might. That might be about who knows.
Who knows? The other way around.
Okay, we definitely see Simone. Keep what you got, sis. We ain't gotta fight this girl over this man. We already need to get on the tennis team. Let this man be.
I think it's gonna take a minute to get to Simone and Damon, but I think that they would be remiss if they didn't explore it. I think it's definitely coming. I just think.
Okay, so what's a minute? Let's put some timelines on this.
Okay.
Y'all tell me. Antonio.
What you said? You asked for a time.
6 episodes. That's nothing.
I was trying to be specific.
He's killing your dreams, girl. I'm just not saying nothing. He's talking for me.
I don't mind being wrong.
He's talking for me because I'm just like
manifesting this foolishness. We don't want it.
I take it back.
Don't take it back, Antonio, because it might be less than 6. You give it grace.
Naya, okay, so what you giving, Naya? What you giving?
I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know how they're gonna sync up the two, like with All American and Homecoming. How they're gonna go in. Well, how they're gonna go into that.
We're going to be in the fall with them. You're going to see All American Homecoming is going to pick up at the start of their semester, and season 4 is going to be spring of their senior year and graduation. So All American Homecoming is going to at least the first half. So 4A, at least that part of it is going to be before All American Homecoming.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm going to say it doesn't make sense for Homecoming to pick up like in the middle of All American. They're still in high school, and then there's a bunch of stuff in the timeline that we haven't seen. So I don't think that's how they do
another flashback time jump skip.
No.
They're going to skip summer. I think they're going to skip senior year summer, honestly, and that's what's going to be the jump to All American Homecoming. And then maybe
probably
if 4 isn't the complete, because All American Homecoming is coming in between All American. It's going to be what comes on mid-season. So 4 is going to finish with them probably with Spencer and them actually being in college. So not even counting those episodes, how many episodes of Homecoming are you giving it before they get together? Ain't nobody back there. What are you looking at, Antonio?
I don't know if it's okay. I'm gonna say specifically to the breakup because, like I said, I don't know how fast Simone and Damon are going to jump into something. I don't think that would be realistic, especially if we're saying that we think that Jordan is gonna be the one to walk away from Simone, and Simone's not gonna be, it's not gonna be a mutual thing. I would give it 4 episodes. I don't know if it's gonna be 6 episodes. It might be like.
I was trying to be generous with it.
I know you were trying to be generous. I didn't want to be the dream killer, but I don't think it's gonna make it the full season.
Extra petty.
Well, I don't got Jordan breaking up with her, so.
You don't. Okay.
I don't.
Well, what do you think? You think? You think it's gonna be Simone?
I think it's gonna be Simone.
Ooh, Lord. She didn't even say a mutual agreement. She's like, no, Simone. Simone's gonna be the one.
You're gonna really need to talk to that therapist.
Okay.
But I need it to be at least 8 episodes. Y'all drop down in the comment section and tell me what episode number do you think is gonna be before Jerome parts ways.
Go easy on Erica, y'all.
They're the most stable couple in the whole damn show. At this point, if they don't make it, it's no hope for none of us.
They are.
None of us. Including Olivia, because while they give great vibes and great chemistry, they a little rocky too.
It's a little chaotic. Just right now. It's a little up in the air. Just so.
How about
I don't know.
I mean, Antonio said it, not me, so.
Yeah, I said
it. Exactly. Don't come for Erica. Don't come for Erica.
Listen. All right, y'all, that is our breakdown or talk back about episode 17 of All American Homecoming Edition. I'm going to start to make peace and process. Let me get my therapist on the line.
Dr. Spears.
Dr. Spears, where you at? Actually, I also need Nurse Joy too. I just need a 2
and Nurse Joy.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out my All About All American playlist if you missed any of my other videos. It's your girl Erica Vane, and I actually am going to do another video with them. So make sure that y'all are subscribed and you don't miss it when I post it. I'll see you in the next one.